Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your tarot reading. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I hope you're doing good. I'm very happy to be here with you. And before I start, of course, I want to say happy birthday to all of this Sagittarius sun out here listening. Yeah, I'm just wishing you the best, and I'm just honoring your magic and your beauty and your fabulousness. I absolutely love Sagittarius. You guys know that. So Ace of Pentacles flew out of the deck. This is very interesting. I just recorded a Taurus reading and that was the general energy. So if you have any Taurus in your chart, make sure to go watch the Taurus reading. So with the Ace of Pentacles, we're starting fresh. This is a new start. It can come up after a loss. It can come up sometimes after an ending, when we are ready to start fresh, when we need to start fresh. And for the ones of us that are celebrating a new year, you know, in January, this could be this mark in your mind, like, okay, I'm starting fresh. I really want this year to be different. I want to focus on a specific goal, or I want to be nicer to myself, or just be happier in general, practice more gratitude. Again, this could be a financial goal, but I think for a lot of us, this is going to be showing up with more compassion for ourselves and others. This is going to be a big theme for 2024. Okay, what do we have here? Seven of Pentacles. Interesting. Seven of Pentacles, of course, requires patience, but this card says, where is the fun? You know, this is Saturn in Taurus. It's like, where is the fun? Everything is so serious right now. So this could be an invitation from your guides saying, like, can you have a little fun, Sagittarius? Can you make sure that you have time to play and do things that are supporting your overall happiness, your overall well-being? I don't know. I'm sensing that it's been very serious for you recently. Is it because you've been grieving? Is it because you've been through something? Are you working a little less and it's creating stress? Or are you having to budget more? Are you having to be more careful with something? I don't know. It feels like it's been so serious. And the Empress is here. Yeah, the Empress is like, it's time for you to practice self-care, and self-care doesn't have to cost anything, you know? This is a card that invites you to receive, to make space for that Ace of Pentacles. So it feels like you're focused on a lot of things that happened in the past, which I don't blame you. I think that as a collective, as, you know, humans in general, we are very much thinking about what happened in the past 4 years and how it's been impacting each and every one of us. And there's so much ugliness around the world. So we don't have much control over everything that's happening around the world, unfortunately, you know, but we have control over how we, again, show compassion to ourselves, which is the start, you know, because when you do that, you can show that compassion to others. It's a practice, really. Empress speaks a lot about practice, gratitude, taking care of yourself. Again, compassion, it's a practice. You need to learn how to do it a little bit, slowly adding new things in your life, new behaviors, new perspective, and giving yourself the time to, of course, make mistakes. Because you're a human, you're supposed to make mistakes. They are valuable. And noticing the value, you know, of those mistakes. So again, Empress here, self-care doesn't have to cost anything. Do you need to pause? Do you need to breathe more? Do you need to take a long bath? Do you need a break from social media? I don't know. I don't know. but I think that it's necessary that you give yourself a little break here. It feels like you've been thinking a lot about the past, which again, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. We have the Hermit and we have the Five of Wands. So Hermit is a card of the present moment. You only know where your lantern is guiding you, which is the next step. So Hermit is rooted completely in the present moment. And the Five of Wands is, you know, it's been changing a lot for me recently because this card is known as a fighting card. And I've been analyzing the imagery a lot recently. I don't think they're fighting. I think they are in sync. I think this is about a dance or some type of practice. If you would be fighting, you would not just let a wand lay on your shoulders like that. It makes no sense. So there's something here about that. This message that's been coming through with the Five of Wands for me is stop fighting the energy and learn how to dance with them. Why are we fighting with ourselves and blaming ourselves for past mistakes, blaming the past, blaming other people, fighting constantly? I should have done better. I should have done this. I should have known. No, you're a human. We have to learn how to dance with the energy. And remember that tarot and predictions and all of those things, it's not to us, it's for us. So there's a change of perspective here. And it feels like you're doing what your heart wants, focusing on what your heart needs you to focus on. I like that. A very, very necessary time of self-care, Sagittarius. Whatever it looks like for you. You could be adjusting your schedule, adjusting your budget, adjusting, you know, your social life, just to make sure that you have enough time for you. And I think this is going to be a big challenge because as a Sagittarius, you always do what's right. You work, you take care of others, you're always doing this and that, and you have ideas and projects. It's like, okay, wow, now can I just start this new year without pressuring myself with unattainable resolutions or with, you know, creating rules for yourself? I don't think this is the good time to do that. You don't need new rules. Right now, it seems like you need to break the rules that you once created for yourself. Rules about how much you need to work, what you're supposed to look like, what it looks like to practice self-care, to take care of yourself. You're breaking the rules right now. So it's not the time for resolution or, again, create new rules. You're learning to dance with the energy. And to do that, I think you're going to have to break rules, meaning letting go of old beliefs. We have, yeah, look at that, Page of Swords, Queen of Wands. You want to talk about breaking the rules? That's it. Page of Swords rises above unhealthy patterns and toxic perspectives and way of thinking. This is you rising above all of that. You're really taking control of your mind in the next few weeks. And I don't know how you're doing it, but it seems like you're learning to focus on your own magic. You're learning to focus on what makes you feel good in the moment instead of trying to plan years and years ahead. Okay, how can I make this thing happen? How can I make sure that in 5, 10, 15 years, I'm okay? No, right now, what do you need to feel good in this moment? And I have to say a little something just because, you know, there's a cat here on the Queen of Wands, and my lovely godmother that I love so, so, so much lost her lovely cat. She passed away, you know, a few weeks ago, and she had her for so long, you know. I was very, you know, a lot younger when she had Minette. She was called Minette. And I just want to send, you know, so much love to my godmother, because she's a Sagittarius and I know she's watching. So yeah, I'm sending so much love to you. I love you so much. And you know, it makes me think, seeing the cat and thinking about, you know, thinking about Minette and honoring her life and her memory. Pets are so important when it comes to self-care, you know? And of course, not everyone has pets, not everyone wants pets, and it's totally fine, but there's this thing I feel like I have to tell you if you've been thinking about getting a pet, if this is something that you miss in your life or you want more of. I feel like every time I play with my puppy, it helps me be more present. It helps me with my gratitude practice more than anything in the world. Just, you know, sometimes I'm annoyed when my dog wants to play and I'm like, I'm busy, give me a break. It's so easy to just be like, oh, give me a break. But to really take the time and be present and just play with my dog and just smell her and be like, oh, this is a practice of gratitude. This is a moment of self-care. It doesn't cost anything in the moment. Of course, pets can be very expensive, but there's something here about that. I think that you are learning to notice the sweetness in your life, the little things, and how they make you feel and how important it is. So there's a reason why I felt called to share about Minette and about, you know, animals. It doesn't have to be about that for you, but I think that, again, it's important that we focus on the things that are sweet in our lives. And the Seven of Pentacles was the first card out of this reading, you know, and sevens are about remembering that we don't need anything new in our life. What we have is enough. The sevens are about enoughness. So notice around you, in your house, in your apartment, in your life, what is here that makes you feel good? When I said with the Empress, self-care doesn't have to cost anything, it's what I meant. Something is present. And I think that it needs love. It wants you to nurture it. It wants you to appreciate it. We have the Fool, the Moon, and the Chariot. Okay, Tarot, I hear you. Those are three major cards. So very intense energy. We are just ending a Chariot year, 2023. And you can do that with anything, by the way. You can add the digits, 2 + 2 + 3. It gives 7. This is the Chariot card, which again, sevens are really about learning that we have enough and we are enough. We don't need anything external, any validation to be complete. And that was the whole theme of the year. You know, we were learning to leave this Chariot behind because it's made out of concrete. It's not going to bring us anywhere. And we are shedding that part of us. What is that thing, Sagittarius, that changed about you this year? What is that layer, that Chariot that you left behind? It could have been a fear. It could have been, again, the need for something. I need to fall in love. I need someone. I need this person to apologize. Whatever it is. Or some type of fear that you worked with. You learned to dance with that fear instead of pushing it away, instead of avoiding it. And I've talked about that many, many times. For me this year, my Chariot was learning how to drive. You know, I'm 34 years old and I live in the country now. And I don't have a permit. So there's a reason why I did not have one. It was my biggest fear. It was an irrational fear, but it was, to me, it was never going to happen. So this year I learned to work with that fear. I stopped lying to myself. You know, I've outgrown this idea that I could not drive, that I was too scared to do it. And now my life is completely changed. I love to drive, you know, it's like this new side of me I'm discovering. And there's something here, a new side of you with With the Fool, it's like, it feels like it's a new side. It feels like it's a new thing about you, but it's actually, it's always been here, because the Fool is the soul. The Fool is who you were before your parents, your caretakers, you know, raised you, before society raised you, before you discovered social media, before you know, had friends that influence you. This is you, your soul, your own unique signature. And there's something that wants to come through. Intuitively, I think you know that there's something that's changing right now. It feels like something is boiling in the cauldron. You know, I'm looking at the Queen of Wands and all this water energy with the moon, and it feels like something is boiling. It's like a soup, you know, a soup is getting ready. It's simmering, and you have to add all the ingredients, and you have to be patient, you know. 7 of Pentacles, first card out, Hermit, Empress. Those are all cards that invites us to be patient. Also Ace of Pentacles. So taking the time to add all the ingredients, to be in the present moment and smell, you know, how good this soup smells. And of course, this is just a metaphor, you know, but there's something here again that is present, Sag. And I don't want to say, you're not seeing what's here, you should be more careful. It's not about that. I think that as Sagittarius and the Sagittarius energy in general, you've been going through a lot in the past years. We've talked about that so many times. I received so many messages from all the Sagittarius that wanted to share about their experiences. You guys have lost so much and been through so much. It's like this massive transformation, not just internal, but also all your life and everything around you. It takes a while to get adjusted to that. When the butterfly, you know, is ready to come out of the cocoon, it's not just going to fly away. It needs time. Its wings are wet. It needs a little bit of time to adjust. And it feels like you are in this period of adjustment, Sagittarius. You are still in a time of adjustment, and it might take a long time. You might feel external pressure to go back to who you were 5, 6 years ago. You might feel pressure to do a certain thing or look a certain way. Everything is being reprogrammed. Again, you shed a massive layer of skin. You shed so much and released so much. And now, Judgment, Lovers, Queen of Pentacles, yeah. What I'm sensing is that there was a lot of things that happened to you, okay? I don't know exactly when in the timeline, but there's been a lot, let's say in the past 5 years. And right now, you're learning to appreciate this new life. You're learning to appreciate where you are in the present moment. But it's totally normal that once in a while questions come up. Why did this happen to me? Why am I still stuck in this? Why am I repeating the same mistakes? Or why am I being so impacted by this thing that I thought I healed? You know, there are so many big questions that are coming up to the surface. And maybe you blame yourself. And it definitely makes it hard to love yourself, love where you're at, you know, honor the situation that you're in. But there's something here that just wants your attention. And I don't know what it is, Sag. I wish I knew. I wish I could tell each and every one of you exactly what to do or what you need to know, but this is not how life works. This is your job. The tarot is a beautiful mirror. It's a beautiful support, but the job needs to be done by the person receiving the reading. So Queen of Pentacles is here with the Judgment card. This combo of card is, for some reason, a combo that came up in my life so many times. This to me is about self-care. And it's also when it's not comfortable to pause and take care of myself. trying new things. And sometimes, you know, it's going to look weird. Sometimes people are not going to understand. They're not going to understand what you're doing, and they might judge and they might point their fingers. What is this person doing? Who cares? Who cares? This is your journey. This is your path. No one is going to walk in your shoes. No one is going to necessarily hold your hand through this journey. This is about you. And the Lover's card is here. So this is a big, big time for you to practice self-love, radical self-love. And I'm very comfortable saying radical self-love. And radical self-love is not about loving everything about you. You don't have to love every part of yourself, but it's important to honor the parts that we don't necessarily like. I think that there's something about honoring everything. And, you know, when I started the reading, I was like, oh, you should watch the Taurus reading. There's a lot of themes that are coming up, similar themes. And really, yes. Because this reading is also about all the external work that you've been doing. There's not much changing externally. There's not much that you can grasp or touch or see. The work has been internal. And that can be very isolating because you're going through so much. You have new perspective, you're shedding skin, you're going through rebirths, and no one is noticing. No one is walking that path with you. It can be very isolating. It can be sometimes making you doubt what you're doing and where you are. And am I doing enough? Does it actually matter? Yes, yes, yes. It's like the cards are screaming, yes, you're doing so much. And it's not because you cannot grasp or see the change as we speak that it's not worth it. I think that this whole year, 2023, and the past couple years for you, Sag, has been about the internal work. You've been in the moon card energy. Think about the ocean. You know, the moon is like the ocean, the depth. And when you think about how deep the ocean is, and there's some things that you cannot see, but it's still there. It's still necessary. Even if you don't see them, even if you don't know they exist, they are still a very important part of the ecosystem, you know. Well, this internal work that you've been doing is essential, is necessary. And dare I say, it will be life-changing for you. It already started to change your life. But again, it's not something you can grasp or see right now. So, Ace of Pentacles to me is a confirmation that in the next year, the changes that were internal are going to shine through and create change in the material, in the physical realm. So this is very interesting. It feels like your patience has been tested big time. Because again, you're a Sagittarius. You move, you go places, you are the arrow, you are the flaming arrow. So when things are not moving fast enough, when you cannot grasp or see the change and the transformation, you can get very annoyed. You can get a little depressed and a little anxious. And I think that here, again, you're learning to embrace this new perspective. You're learning to fit this new mold. And it's not a mold that was created by society or your parents or your ex or your partner, your kids. This mold is you. It's all you. It was created from your values, from the work that you've been doing, from all the heartbreaks and the loss and the experiences. And that's amazing because you're here, Sag. You're still standing. You're watching this reading. You are here. So all of it brought you where you are today, which is, it's good enough. It's good enough. We have the Teacher. You have outgrown certain limiting beliefs. Unravel, reinterpret, and transcend. That's amazing. And this is very connected to The Hierophant in the tarot, when I channeled this message, I remember I was thinking about the Hierophant. And also Hermit. So what are the limiting beliefs that you've outgrown? Again, for a lot of you, it's going to be how, you know, how external change is so important. Your relationship with the material, with looks, with your body, the relationship with money also. Money is a big theme here. Maybe you're learning again to budget and to not obsess over having so much. I think that you're building a simpler life. And I really hope that the people who needed to hear that are watching till the end, because it just hit me like a ton of brick. And the Page of Swords to me is a lot about that. All the page in the tarot are about simplifying. Aces also. You are embracing a simpler life. It doesn't mean that it's less abundant, that it's less magical, and less this and that. No, it's enough. That's the thing. You are embracing that you are enough, that what you have is enough, and you're realizing that you don't need much more. So everything, all the newness, all the new gifts from the universe and life, they're going to be even more appreciated because you did not need them. That's the thing. When we don't need, when we don't seek, and we obsess and we fight, we're never satisfied. We always want more. You know, sometimes people are like, why is that billionaire wanting even more money? Because it's never enough. But when you learn to be grateful for what you have right now, when you learn to work with what you have, you know, it's so important. It really helps you not seek more for no reason. And it's okay to have goals. It's okay to want more. There's nothing bad. You know, you're a Sagittarius. You're very optimistic. You're very goal-driven. You, of course, always want more in a way. But I think this, again, is a change of perspective, and I think it will change your life. And overall, it will help you be more abundant because you're not going to need anything external to make you abundant. You already are abundant. That's the thing. So again, it's a shift of perspective. And since the teacher came through, you're learning so much about yourself right now. And not only that, the things you're learning are going to be like an echo, and you're going to be leading by example. And I think that's beautiful. So Sagittarius, get ready. Get ready for a new year with full of external transformation, because again, the internal is going to shine through, and there's going to be a lot changing in 2024. New hobbies, new opportunities. The Ace of Pentacles can be very surprising. It could be an opportunity that you did not expect. But I think that, again, you're going to embrace that and learn to dance with the energy like no one else. And I'm right here with you, and I cannot wait to see you grow this year. So I'm sending love. Take care, Sag.